Lincoln Riley gets his first taste of a Pac-12 rivalry Saturday, and if he treats it anything like he did the rivalries at Oklahoma, the hype for the Trojans is only going to build. Hi, I'm James of Faithful Angelino Sports. This is your weekly USC football preview. The Trojans will be playing Stanford on Saturday evening. If you like the content that we're about to put out, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. We talk USC football here. We talk all LA sports here. Now, Stanford has become an increasingly difficult opponent for USC since the tail end of Jim Harbaugh's tenure, the tail end of Pete Carroll's tenure. You might recall an overtime 2007 upset of the Coliseum that established the Cardinal as a rival. Since 2009, Stanford has gone on to win 9 of 14 meetings against the Trojans. And you can cite many reasons for this, particularly inefficient coaching on behalf of USC, and that argument certainly has merit, without a doubt. Fortunately, though, Lincoln Riley is not a stupid man. He knows the importance of rivalries. With the Sooners, he was 12-2 in rivalry games, including 5-1 in the Red River Showdown against Texas. The thing that makes this difficult, though, for Riley in this time is that Stanford has veered away from the intelligent smashmouth football that they used to play for many years under Harbaugh and for many of the first years of David Shaw's tenure. The reason is because their quarterback, Tanner McKee, is a legit NFL prospect. Just last week alone, he passed for 308 yards, 22 of 27 passing accuracy in a season-opening 41-10 victory over Colgate. Last year, McKee quarterbacked as well through a couple of touchdowns against the Trojans. They also have big motivation to win this game, to beat USC. They did beat USC, by the way, last year. That was Clay Helton's last game as Trojans coach. But just because you beat Clay Helton doesn't mean you have a good year. Stanford was 3-9. And in order to qualify for a bowl game this year, consider Stanford's schedule. They're going to play Notre Dame, BYU, Oregon, Utah. To be bowl eligible, you need 7 wins. If they get swept by these 4 opponents and USC, there's no chance. So this is actually an extremely important game for Stanford. Coach David Shaw is actually playing this up against the Trojans as if it were a trap game. But again, Lincoln Riley knows the importance of rivalries to a program. I think what you're going to see is a resurgent running game for USC. Why? Well, the Cardinal defense is small, particularly up front. They used to be bruisers up in the front 7. So in order to try and combat the fact that they're not as big, they switched from a 3-4 defense to a 4-3. That way, the theory is that they'd be able to penetrate the offensive line a little better. But the defense last year allowed 451 yards per game as an average. So USC is going to be able to move that ball. Do you see this defense stopping all the firepower that USC has now? I mean, sure, Stanford likes cornerback Hugh Blue Kelly, but even if Kelly plays the game of his life and limits Jordan Addison, Caleb Williams has just a tremendous number of options to choose from, not just in the passing game, but he can run. And if he chooses not to run, this is Austin Jones, a running back, making his return to Palo Alto. He transferred to USC over the offseason. So, in my opinion, Stanford pretty much isn't going to know what hit them when it comes to USC's offense. Lincoln Riley on defense, I might add. Lincoln Riley thinks that redshirt senior Mekhi Blackman will wind up being a key. I also think that they're going to need a linebacker to basically try to neutralize Stanford's tight end. Benjamin Urasek had 43 receptions last year and 3 touchdowns. So he's clearly a favorite target of McKee. Perhaps USC is going to sit there and go, you know what? Tight ends are large. We can take our tall linebacker, Eric Gentry, a transfer from Arizona State. He's 6'6". I can easily see him matching up against the tight end and neutralizing one of Stanford's key weapons. Because Stanford, at this juncture, is no longer a running team. Yeah, they do have the son of Emmitt Smith, EJ, who rushed for 118 yards and 2 touchdowns last week. But Stanford is not necessarily a power running team anymore. They do return all linemen. But having said that, it's true that Stanford can put points on the board. I just don't see them putting them up at the rate that USC will against a significantly weaker defense. The way I see this, I foresee a shootout, which isn't necessarily going to be as dramatic as the one against Rice, but it will be dramatic because it's going to be against a team that has been a thorn in the Trojans' backside for more than a decade. I wouldn't go to Vegas and put money on it, but it wouldn't surprise me if you'd want to put money on it, because I have a sinking feeling that that's a done deal. I believe USC is winning this game. But feel free to comment. Tell me where you think the key matchups are going to be. And tell me how much hype you're going to have for the Trojans, provided that they beat Stanford this weekend. If you like this clip, don't forget to like and subscribe to Faithful Angelinos. We talk USC football here. Thanks for watching. I'm James. I'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelinos is a Can Corte El Queso production. Take care.